let's talk about why Amy did not call or email or reach out to her family. I finally got through the last episode of the series on Netflix, and that was something they were discussing, and that was kind of a burning question that I think all of us had. Like, if she was out and about, like, how come, like, maybe she couldn't have just, like, somehow snuck and called, right? And so I did want to see if I could channel through any information on that. So I'm going to share with you what I was able to pull through. If you're new here, I have been reading my channeled sessions so that my personality and opinions don't blur the information. It's just strictly what was channeled through. If you don't like that, scroll on. And since freedom of speech is not really freedom of speech, this is for entertainment purposes only. This is just my spiritually channeled opinion. The reason Amy did not call or email her family is layered, not because she didn't want to, but because there was heavy surveillance. Her communications were monitored or outright blocked. Any attempt to make contact would have been intercepted, punished, or used as leverage against her. Emotional and psychological manipulation. Over time, Amy was subjected to control that fractured her trust in what was safe or possible. These tactics create deep confusion, even in the strongest of souls. Protective instinct. She feared that reaching out could place her family in danger or disrupt delicate moments of possible escape. In some stages, she may have been told her family had stopped looking for her. I'm going to touch on that because I wanted to know information, because if I would have heard that as her family, I would have been like devastated. So I'll do that part next after this. Okay, periods of disassociation or disempowerment. There were times when she was physically or emotionally numbed, whether due to trauma, substance manipulation, or just spiritual exhaustion, where contacting her family simply didn't seem like an accessible or real option. Later awareness or spiritual rescue. In her final years, she began receiving soul messages that her story would one day be told and that her family would eventually know. In this way, she spiritually communicated beyond technology. And I'm lighting up with chills as I just read that. So then they were telling me, let this answer not bring sadness, but closure. Her silence was never a lack of love. It was an act of survival wrapped in longing, faith, and soul endurance. This is where I was wanting to get more information on if Amy actually knew, like while she was alive and or after she passed, was actually aware of the nonstop efforts that her family has done for her. Because as a mom, again, I would hope at least my daughter would know that we were trying. They say Amy's soul was deeply aware of the efforts her family made to find her, both during her physical life and especially afterwards. Even in her most silent and isolated moments, the vibration of their love reached her. Not always through words or broadcasts, but energetic threads that sustained her hope and connection. In the years following her passing, her soul has witnessed the tireless work her family has done. She has seen their interviews, felt their prayers, heard their cries, and observed their refusal to let her be forgotten. That continued fight has been part of what allowed her full return. It helped form the bridge of remembrance and justice she now walks back into source upon. She honors them for this, all of it, especially her father's heartbreak, her mother's fierce devotion, and Brad's courageous truth-seeking. So I wanted more information though, because I'm that type of person. And so I was like, but did she actually get to see this while she was alive? Like, did she ever get to witness it? Like, really? Like, I know you mentioned it, but like, did she see this? Like, did she see them trying? So they said, while Amy was alive, there were moments when slivers of the outside world broke through in very brief windows, often when being moved or when handlers became careless. She saw glimpses of news segments, headlines, and overheard conversations about her. These moments are rare and fleeting, but they registered. One instance in particular left a deep mark. She overheard her name mentioned on a television segment while in a waiting area tied to a trafficking ring's medical contact. They spoke of her disappearance and her family's ongoing search. Though she couldn't act on it, that moment pierced through her numbness. It brought a wave of emotion, grief, and a sense that she had not been forgotten. Her captors, unfortunately, were vigilant and controlling information. Amy was deliberately kept isolated from the flow of time, cut off from news, letters, digital reach. But on a soul level, in those few cracks where light slipped through, she knew, and it gave her a thread to hold on to. So if Amy's family sees this, I hope that this could bring you just a little bit of warmth in your heart. And I just, gosh, wish I could hug you all through the screen.